Hello everyone, welcome to PMT YouTube channel. I CA Suja once again welcome you to our YouTube channel. Taking ahead with the series of RCM, we will discuss today the time of supply for the goods and services which are covered under the RCM. Before going further with our video or today's topic, if you like our videos, click on the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. So let's understand the time of supply for the goods and services which are covered under RCM. The section which determines the time of supply in case of goods and services are section 12 into bracket 3 of CGST Act, which talks about the goods which are covered under the RCM, and the time of supply in case of services which are covered under RCM are dealt by the section 13 into bracket 3 of CGST Act. So basically there are two sections which talks about the time of supply. For goods is section 12 into bracket 3, and in case of services is section 13 into bracket 3. Next comes to the question is, does the time of supply in case of a forward charge and a reverse charge vary? Does determination of time of supply in case of goods covered under RCM differs with the supply of services? The answer to both the questions is yes. How it differs? What are the conditions? Let's discuss those in detail now. As seen earlier, section 12 into bracket 3 of CGST Act talks about the time of supply for the goods which are covered under the reverse charge mechanism. The time of supply will be earlier of either date of receipt of goods, that is physical receipt of the goods. Secondly, date of payment as per the books of accounts, or the date of payment which is debited in the bank account, whichever is earlier. And the third one is the date following 30 days from the issue of the invoice or any other legal document as issued by the supplier in the lieu of invoice. Over here, we have to keep in mind, it talks about the 30 days from the date of issue of invoice. So the time of supply will be earlier of any of the event which occurs first will be the time of supply in case of the goods which are covered under RCM. The cases where we cannot determine in any of this case by any of this manner, the time of supply will be the date of entry in the books of accounts in the recipient of the supply. So there are three conditions which deals with the time of supply in case of goods which are covered under RCM. Now let's see the section 13.3 which talks about the time of supply in case of services which are covered under RCM. It is always earlier of date of payment as per the books of accounts or the date on which the payment has been debited into the bank account, whichever is earlier, or the date following 60 days. Just keep in mind it's 60 days from the issue of invoice or any other legal document as issued by the supplier in lieu of an invoice. So over here, in case of services, it talks about the 60 days. And in case of a goods, it is a 30 days. So this one bifurcation we need to keep in mind. So the any date which is earlier date will be the time of supply in case of services which are covered under the RCM. In the cases where you cannot determine the date of by any of these two modes, then the date of entry in the books of accounts in the recipient of the supplier will be the time of supply for the services covered under the RCM. So we have gone through in detail the section 12 into bracket 3 as well as 13 into bracket 3, which talks about the time of supply in case of goods and services in detail. In next video, we will talk about various examples, the tricky and practical examples to clear the concept of time of supply in case of goods and services under RCM. So keep watching. Thank you.